Welcome to our new project where we analyze major issues facing humanity across the globe and propose policy solutions. In this episode, we examine wage growth in 31 OECD countries between 1991 and 2022. The data is sourced from the OECD. Our major aim was to analyze whether savings can lead to joining the top 1% of wealthiest individuals. Other objectives included to understand why people multitask or hustle inside businesses despite being employed, and why it is dangerous not to do so, to discuss if as workers, employees or employers, our major goal should be to survive, to get rich or to do good, and to understand why the concept of business and employment are flawed and the need for a better arrangement. To get the number of years needed to be among the top wealthiest, I obtained data on inflation-adjusted incomes for 2021, or the most recent available year, average annual income growth rates, interest rates, and the net national savings for each country. Using this data, I calculated the average number of years it would take to save USD 5.8 million, the wealth threshold according to the 2024 Frank Knight Wealth Report, required to join the top 1% in the United States. This threshold was not available for the other OECD countries, so it was applied uniformly across all nations. The countries were then ranked by the number of years. Let's begin with Japan. The average annual income in 2022 was 41,509 USD, with an average annual income growth rate of 0.09%, average net savings of 4.91%, and the average long-term interest rates of 1.24%, it would take a Japanese worker an estimated 286 years to reach the top 1%. In Colombia, where income growth, savings rates, and interest rates are higher, it would still take 62 years. This implies that even if someone started working at 20, they wouldn't join the top 1% until they reach 82, assuming they live beyond the average life expectancy of 72.83 years in the country, according to the World Bank. In fact, for 21 of the countries analyzed, achieving this world benchmark would take over 100 years. These statistics shed light on why some employees engage in side hustles or side businesses to reduce the time it takes to achieve financial stability or wealth. Many understand that relying solely on employment income may not be sufficient. However, this raises a crucial question. What should be the primary goal of workers? Survival, wealth accumulation, or contributing positively? If the primary goal is survival, there's a risk that employees may put in minimal effort simply to avoid getting fired. This could be a contributing factor to the high rates of job disengagement discussed in the previous video, a consequence of low salaries and the realization that savings alone is unlikely to lead to wealth. When the traditional path to wealth through employment seems blocked, and the whirlwind of multitasking, side hustles, and side businesses feels impossible due to financial constraints or a jam-packed schedule, only a few options remain. The most responsible course might be to tighten one's belt and diligently save. Alternatively, one could take on debt, a calculated risk that requires careful planning and future discipline. However, these aren't the only choices. Desperate times can tempt some down darker paths. Engaging in corrupt activities or resorting to questionable means to generate income, even if it brings personal gain, ultimately harms the fabric of society. This includes activities like speculative trading, a high-stakes gamble with the financial markets, selling counterfeit or substandard goods that exploit others, participating in tedious, low-paying online tasks, or even ghostwriting academic papers, a form of intellectual dishonesty, or even trading in cryptocurrencies. The allure of easy money might extend to watching TV or playing video games for a pittance, a strategy with little long-term benefit. The truly desperate might even be drawn towards illegal activities like theft, fraud, or drug trafficking, a perilous path with devastating consequences. The world of cryptocurrency trading and betting, while tempting with its stories of overnight fortunes, is also fraught with risk. Now, let's consider the scenario where an employee prioritizes doing good at work. This means focusing fully on maximizing their productivity and output for the benefit of customers and future generations. However, a rational employee might question the feasibility of such approach over wealth accumulation when their employer's primary objective is profit maximization. In this context, doing good signifies dedication to one's job with the aim of maximizing productivity, output, and welfare for the betterment of their customers and future generations. The challenge lies in the fact that most employers prioritize profit, with employees' well-being often a secondary concern. This is why profitability is often associated with scarcity in many businesses. While excess supply can benefit consumers through lower prices, it can weaken demand and ultimately harm profits. Furthermore, even if employers prioritized doing good and paid their workers diligently more, it could threaten businesses' sustainability due to lower profit margins, potentially leading to business closures. Therefore, low or moderate wages can be seen as a necessary factor for business sustainability. Individuals unable to leverage business structures that generate income disproportionate to their work hours, that is, generate passive income, will likely struggle to achieve wealth. Based on this concept, we must ask ourselves, is the traditional business model truly designed for mutual benefit, and is it inherently a good system? To ensure fairness, both employees and employers ideally should prioritize doing good, focusing on maximizing societal well-being alongside reasonable profitability. However, achieving this shift in the current capitalist system requires a significant change in mindsets. Perhaps a new system different from capitalism is needed. This system should aim to create equal opportunities for success, leading to more equitable outcomes. It should prioritize maximizing well-being, fostering trust, abundance, collaboration, and fairness. To further understand the wealth gap and explore alternatives, let's examine some perceived flaws in the concept of traditional employment. Number 1. Misaligned objectives. Often, employers and employee goals are fundamentally misaligned. Employers prioritize profit maximization, while employees typically seek financial security and benefits. This misalignment can contribute to stagnant income growth as employers may limit wages to ensure profitability, potentially hindering wealth accumulation for both parties. Number 2, limited control. Employment generally restricts an individual control over earnings and freedoms. This can stifle risk-taking and innovation as employees prioritize job security and a steady income over pursuing entrepreneurial ventures. Even with ambitions and aspirations, employees may lack the time and energy to pursue them. Creativity can also be stifled in traditional employment settings, with a focus on meeting quotas rather than exploring new ideas. This limited risk-taking and innovation could be a contributing factor to slowing global productivity growth. Inefficient allocation of skills and talents. Two main factors contribute to this inefficiency. Firstly, students often choose college courses based on high school performance, cost, and perceived ease, rather than their true strengths and passions. This can lead to a homogenized workforce where many individuals possess similar skills, potentially driving down wages. Secondly, employees are often placed in predefined roles that may not align with their true potential, leading to wasted potential and job dissatisfaction. Limited growth opportunities. Traditional employment frameworks may offer limited opportunities for personal development beyond technical job-specific training. Leadership training, mentorship, and advancement opportunities might be scarce. Employees can feel stagnant in their roles, leading to dissatisfaction and desire to leave. Additionally, Limited time and financial resources might restrict them from pursuing alternative career paths or entrepreneurial ventures. This can create a sense of being trapped due to financial obligations. Employers might also be hesitant to invest in employee development beyond what directly benefits their businesses, hindering an employee's overall career growth and adaptability in a rapidly changing job market. Based on these limitations, there is a pressing need for a system that aligns the objectives of both employers and employees. This system should empower workers, efficiently allocate skills and talent, and provide opportunities for personal and professional growth. One potential solution is a hybrid model where individuals primarily work as consultants and part-time employees, dedicating, for example, 3 days a week to their contracted roles. This arrangement would grant them greater control over their schedules and allow them to focus on their personal, entrepreneurial, and social development, ultimately leading to a more fulfilling and balanced life. In conclusion, relying solely on traditional employment makes achieving significant wealth challenging. Individuals involved in creating and running big businesses are more likely to accumulate wealth due to potential for generating higher returns. This raises concerns for self-employed individuals and employees with limited income growth opportunities. Many employees may resort to a survival mode mentality, focusing on securing a stable income and benefits rather than pursuing wealth accumulation. However, this should not be the only option. We explored the concept of a new system that prioritizes overall well-being alongside economic success. In our next video, we will analyze historical trends in college degree conferment by course and level in the United States. Until then, goodbye.